Billie Holiday, jazz singer.
Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Langston Hughes, poet.
Cicely Tyson, actress.
Barack Obama, first African-American president of the United States.
Carol Gibbs, first Miss USA.
Maya Angelou, poet laureate of the United States.
Sidney Poitier, first African-American actor to win the Oscar for Best Leading Man.
Oprah Winfrey, actress, talk show host, magazine editor, TV network owner, and financial supporter of numerous causes.
Marian Anderson, first African-American soloist at the Metropolitan Opera.
Lyndon Baines Johnson, president to sign the Civil Rights Act into law.
Sojourner Truth, suffragette and abolitionist.
Hiram Revels, first African-American United States Senator. Nelson Mandela, President of South Africa, who led the battle against apartheid after being in prison for 27 years.
One man come in the name of love. One man come and go. One man come here to justify. One man to overthrow.
One man is all it takes. One man came in the name of love. Martin Luther King came, and then he left all too suddenly.
His life was dedicated to destroying the chains of bigotry that oppressed African Americans. His life was devoted to destroying the hatred that hung heavy from a culture of slavery.
This one man inspired his people and many others to join him in the battle against bigotry and prejudice. He organized them. He encouraged them. King walked with them. He was jailed with them. He spoke for them when their words were not heard. Yes, one man.
Blacks and whites joined him in peaceful, non-violent protests. In 1963, he was arrested and jailed. He was deeply criticized by other pastors for going to Birmingham in the first place. He wrote to them from jail.
I am in Birmingham because injustice is here. Just as the prophets of the 8th century left their villages and carried their thus saith the Lord, far beyond the boundaries of their hometowns.
The spiritual the guys are going to sing tells how Moses was commanded to go and free his people from the slavery of Egypt. The slaves made up songs from Bible stories that they sung while they worked or in church services to give them comfort and encouragement. This is Go Down Moses, the famous spiritual arranged by the late Moses Hogan.
Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said,
Imagine how frightened you'd be if dogs were chasing you. To escape them, you jumped into a freezing, muddy river so the dogs couldn't smell you anymore.
But you were on your way to a life without subservience, without whippings, without humiliation, a life of freedom.
One woman, born into slavery in Maryland, was beaten by masters. In 1849, Harriet Tubman used the network known as the Underground Railroad to travel nearly 90 miles to Philadelphia. She crossed into the free state of Pennsylvania with a feeling of relief and awe. Later she recalled,
"When I found I had crossed the line, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such glory over everything. The sun came like gold through the trees and over the fields, and I felt like I was in heaven."
She became a Union spy, and after her escape went back to Maryland on more than 19 missions to free 300 plus slaves. Traveling by night, Tubman, or Moses as she was called, never lost a passenger. Ladies and gentlemen, Freedom Train by Rollo Dilworth.
so men like George Washington Carver could discover.
That one man, George Washington Carver, a freed slave, became the director of agricultural research under Booker T. Washington at Tuskegee University.
Carver researched so Jesse could sprint. Jesse Owens was the first African-American man who won 4 medals in 1936 in the Berlin Olympics. He showed that Hitler's racist wrong, and that people can achieve and succeed regardless of race and origin.
Jesse ran so Hattie could be a star. Hattie McDaniel, the first African-American to win an Academy Award for her portrayal of Mammy in Gone with the Wind in 1939. She set the stage for future minority artists and actors in Hollywood.
Hattie starred so Ella could sing. Ella Fitzgerald was discovered at only 16 years old at Harlem's Apollo Theater. The First Lady of Song won 13 Grammy Awards and is one of the best-selling recording artists in history.
With her roots deep in gospel music, jazz, and blues, she transformed it. She especially is noted for the development of the vocal technique scatting, which you'll hear at the end of the gospel arrangement of He Never Failed Me Yet.
For all the sang and scattered. She changed jazz and blues forever. Ella sang so that Jackie could score home runs. Jackie Robinson ended segregation in U.S. sports. He was the first African American to play Major League Baseball. He was the first African American to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Jackie scored home runs so that Rosa could sing. One courageous woman, Rosa Parks, made history in 1955 when she refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man. This quiet act of defiance generated the Montgomery bus boycott, which brought Martin Luther King to prominence.
Rosa sat so that Ruby could learn. Ruby Bridges' courage proved that even the smallest of us can make a difference. Yes, even one child. Ruby Bridges was only 6 years old when she helped integrate a New Orleans public school system in 1960. Even the littlest of us can bring in the light.
Dr. Martin Luther King, that one man shows us what the power of one truly is. He is the man whose life and dreams we honor today, but we honor all those who lived and struggled before him. And we honor all those who followed him. We celebrate his life so that we can choose, as individuals, to use the power to bring peace, understanding, and caring acceptance for all people.
Dr. King was the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964,
Following the March on Washington in 1963, he demanded equality for African Americans, organizing peaceful protests and inspiring our nation and the world through his words.
The power of one had always been a theme of African Americans in spirituals. Moses, Ezekiel, Elijah, Joshua, the leaders of the embattled Jews. These biblical heroes inspired the slaves in their stories that were retold in simple call and response songs.
Often, lyrics in the song stood for codes for meeting places, escape routes and times, or made fun of an overseer.
The religious stories kept their owners from suspecting that an escape was being planned or that the overseer was being mocked. Here's a story of one man, Joshua, at the Battle of Jericho.
Martin marched so Thurgood could bring justice. Thurgood Marshall was the first black Supreme Court judge. As a lawyer, he successfully tried the Brown versus Board of Education case, ending segregation in public schools.
In government, the arts, religion, your school, your home, all it takes is one person to change the status quo for good. Just one person. Will you be that one person to change the world for the better? Who will stand up with courage and vision?
When we think about all these individuals who created change by motivating others with their strength, we know that any child can grow up to what he or she wants to be, even president, no matter what your size,
physical or mental capabilities,
color,
income,
gender, country of origin.
The power of one person is inside each of us. Imagine if we all believed it.
Bono, who wrote our first song, Pride in the Name of Love, is making a difference. Yes, even one man who is a rock star. He said, history is watching, taking notes, and it's going to hold us to account, each of us.
All of us three choirs hope our words and songs hit you home. You know, we really enjoy getting together and singing for you guys.
We want to thank you for having us here tonight and giving us this opportunity. We'll be performing the same show at all 4 middle schools in February. We call it the Name of Love Tour.
We'd like to thank Mr. Bender for inviting us. Give it up to Matt Weber and the technical crew. Thank you for your Thank you for your opportunity and for being a great audience.
We want to leave you with this thought. When many individuals find that they have the power of
one person, plus another person, and another, and one more person, all those individuals
who have the courage to work for understanding, to be accepting, to embrace everyone's differences. Change for the better will continue to happen.
The only thing you can be sure of that things will change
You can't stop change. Tracy and the Cass say it all in Hairspray. You can't stop the beat.
Woo!
You can't stop when you're avalanche as it races down the trail. You try to stop.
Do you know how many times we've done this show?
Yep, there.
So spinning it 3 times.
Spinning round and round.